Eddie, the elephant in the room, of course, Fury Joshua at the moment. I suppose fight fans are just desperate for some clarity with this one. There are calls at the moment. Some people are saying that you guys are backing out of this one. Is there any reason that you guys wouldn't want this fight for AJ? And what is the genuine hold-up?
Do you know what? I don't think anyone's ever going to get any clarity because no one agrees on what's happening. We've tried to keep a low profile on this, and all we see is Instagram, Tyson Fury saying this, deadline's up, he's fighting Manuel Charr. John Fury on last night saying AJ should have stepped aside a couple of months ago and avoided Usyk and had 2 easy fights. Yet in the other sentence, he's accusing AJ of not wanting to take the biggest fights. I mean, the fact is huge fights like this don't get made in 2 weeks. That's the reality. When 2 guys have huge commercial deals with different broadcasters, it takes time. And we worked away with George Warren, and it actually was going very, very well. Tyson Fury put us on the clock, on a 48-hour clock where the contract was nowhere near ready. He told us the fight was off. 2 days later, Queensberry popped up and said, oh, no, it's not. We've convinced him to give you... Then he gives us another day. You know, these things take time. And you should look at AJ's resume to know that he's never ducked one fight. And I work for Anthony Joshua. So when he instructs me to make a fight and when he agrees terms, I don't pull out of those terms or, you know, try and go the other way. And Bob Arum said, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, there's no chance in the world this fight gets made. And then yesterday come out and said, no, everything's agreed and it's just Eddie Hearn's fault. So I'm the easy one to blame. And even when there's a bad fight, I get the blame. And I've got used to it now. I don't mind. But I work for Anthony Joshua. He accepted the terms that were offered to him. In the meantime, don't forget, Anthony Joshua represents Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora received a contract last week for the Tyson Fury fight. You know, and obviously AJ sees that and thinks, well, what's going on? So we've apparently missed 2 deadlines now that are the final deadlines. So I don't know. I've not spoke to Queensberry since Thursday of last week. You know, as far as AJ is concerned, Fury's told AJ the fight's off and Derek Chisora has the contract. Happy to keep on talking, but I just don't see the solution because I think Tyson Fury wants to fight Manuel Charr or Derek Chisora.
I've got to say, Eddie, from where I'm sitting and listening to you, it's as negative, understandably, a reaction as I've heard. So from where you're sitting, it's off.
I mean, we were told that if he doesn't sign the contract by last Thursday, the fight was 100% off. And they knew, Queensberry knew, we knew, the fight was never getting signed by last Thursday. So we haven't heard from them then to say that it's not off. We just presume it's off. The door is open. But what we can't have, Ali, and you know, AJ has had to accept the B side for this fight, the smaller split, you know, but leading up and with the contract, he had absolutely no control over the deals and the revenues that were going into the show that ultimately was his financial split of the show. No decision making over that process when he's got huge commercial deals that they could sign, that he could put him in breach of those deals. This is a deep conversation for the early morning listeners of talkSPORT, but I'm just telling you the reality of the situation. So it's very difficult. And I see now the comments on, you know, I used to get about 90% of the blame. Now I'm only getting 50% of the blame, which is nice. But I think people are looking at the videos from Tyson Fury. You've got to remember, they're 2 fighters. And when AJ's seeing the videos of Tyson Fury saying, sign it by today, otherwise the fight's off, your opportunity's off, you big dosser, or whatever, you know, and AJ just goes, well, where are we up to? I said, we're that, you know, we could be a week away from signing a contract. All right, okay, let him go. And then it's off. And then 2 days later, we get another phone call. So there's a lot of games being played here. There's no games from our side. We just want to do it right. Mm-hmm. It's not an ideal time for AJ to fight Tyson Fury, but he accepted it and he wants to do it. And December 3rd was not an ideal date, but he accepted it and he's ready to do it. So at the moment, is it off? I mean, it was never on. But people in the history books of mega fights, this is the biggest fight of all time in boxing history. They don't get made in 2 weeks. Simple. Ben Eubank, once the first contract draft was sent, took 3 months to sign that contract. And that was moving at pace. I'm not saying this takes 3 months. But, you know, it's a complicated situation with a multitude of global broadcasters, with a multitude of global endorsement deals, you know, of things that have got to be done right. And when one guy's coming out saying, actually, I'm not fighting AJ now, I'm now fighting 2 men on the same night at the Millennium Stadium. How seriously can you take it? Mm-hmm. And as for John Fury, I mean, watch the videos. These are the people you have to deal with. Try having a common sense conversation. Not easy.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday morning 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.